Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back on the defensive side of the ball. Got another blitz for you guys out of the 4-3 odd Leo. The play we're going to be coming out in is pinch buck 0, and I just really like this blitz, man. Very fast, extremely fast. We're only going to be sending 4 most of the time. If you do want a little bit more consistency, you can send 5 or 6 at the quarterback, but to get the blitz through, you really only need 4, and it's going to be some very quick edge heat. So I'm gonna come out here in the pinch buck 0, and I'm just going to make sure everybody's coming out on a route on offense, and we can just get right into it. So as you can see, everybody on the offense side of the ball is just going out on a route. I just want to kind of give you a demonstration of the blitz and what it's supposed to look like just against a regular offensive line. And a lot of the times, man, people are running just everybody out on a route anyway. So what you're going to want to do to get this blitz to come through, we're going to be sending this here off the left edge right here. So we're going to crash our defensive line down, slant them down with the right stick. It's going to be left on the D-pad and then right stick down. So now they're all going to be crashed down. Of course, our player, I don't believe, is going to update for us. And then we're going to be able to drop here Dexter Sr. and Sweat over here. We're going to be able to drop them into zones. So I'm going to put Sweat into a purple zone, and I'm just going to drop Dexter into a vertical hook right there. And then we're going to be able to use our TJ Edwards just over the middle, but you're going to see this edge heat is going to come flying in and crush Dak Prescott. Just super quick heat, overloading that one side of the offensive line, and super quick to set up. So we're going to crash down, tap 2 times, again on the left D-pad here, well, to do these universal setups. Again, we'll put him on the purple, and then put Sweat, or put our inside guy here, A, on a vertical hook. I got them both on the same thing. Definitely want to, guard different parts of the field there, but you can just see the blitz as itself flying in right there. And again, guys, super easy to set up. I would say the main issue with this setup here, and it's already set up, we can just let it come through. The main issue with this setup is it is out of a 4-3 formation, so we have to have linebackers on the field. We can't have just a ton of safeties and a ton of corners. Our only safeties and corners on the field are, Wright and Jalen Johnson over here, and then the 2 safeties. So there's no other DBs in those guys. Our linebackers are Tremaine Edmonds and then Edwards here, and then we have 5 down linemen. So it's very important that these end guys here, Robinson and Sweat in this case, are just as versatile as you can get them. There was just a card in Mutt. DeMarcus Ware came out. I think he has like 97 zone, 98 speed. That's the kind of guy you want to be rushing off the edge, of course, with all the pass rush stuff as well. That's the kind of guy, whenever you put him in a flat, he isn't going to be totally deficient out there. So just having those versatile guys there on the edge, again, where Sweat and where Robinson are, that are able to play zone, able to rush the passer, able to do a little bit of everything, is very important. Then these 3 guys in the middle, they can just be kind of run stuffing guys. I don't want to say run stuffing guys, but more geared, I guess I should say, towards the run than the pass rush or dropping into zone. And again, like I said, we are dropping Dexter Sr. into a zone here. We're dropping him into a vertical hook, so it's not like he isn't going to play in zone. But I feel like a lot of these D tackles and even edges, whenever you can bump edges into here, especially really strong edges with a lot of strength on their cards and stuff like that, you can bump them in, and maybe they have a little bit higher zone ratings as well. You can just drop them into that vertical hook, or put him in man coverage, like here. Maybe I want to put him in, I put Dexter Sr. on man coverage. Of course, it's not updating for us right now, but I put Dexter Sr. in man coverage against the running back there. I don't believe I crashed down, but it's still actually going to come through anyway. But just having your personnel correct in this formation is just very important, because it isn't nickel where you can just throw a bunch of great DBs where the users are very easy and things like that. You are using linebackers, and a lot of them, and a lot of edge players, a lot of not DB types, but we're trying to mitigate that risk by just sending them at the quarterback, letting them do their thing, letting them use that power move, that finesse move, and try to get to the quarterback, and of course just acceleration off the edge here with this first blitz. And I will say another little nuance with this blitz here, we're going to flip the play, and you're just going to see the only thing that happens, of course, our coverage stays the same on the back end, but the only thing that happens is Tremaine Edmonds just flips gaps. So basically we can hit this, flip it left, flip it back right, boom, set up our play here the other way. I have those guys to the left there, Jarrett and Robinson dropping into zones here. Of course, it's not going to update for us while slanting the line down. And of course, now we're going to get, let's see here. Well, of course, they do a good job picking it up right there. So of course, again, we're only sending 4. It isn't going to be 100% every single time, I suppose, to put it that way. But you can see, again, there's the setup, and now we're going to get that heat off the right edge. And it's just a super quick setup. Here, again, you can imagine your opponent, we're at the line of scrimmage, you come out, okay, maybe you think you've been hitting him with that pressure off the left edge, you quickly flip it, crash him down, drop your guys into zones right there, and you're already set up. and it's just that quick to get off right edge to left edge. I just really like this blitz, and it's super fast. Just overloading the line of scrimmage one way or the other. One of my favorite blitzes. The only downside of this is you have all the linebackers on the field and defensive linemen and stuff like that, but overall, just a really super solid blitz. And I do kind of want to give you one more play off this blitz, because whenever you drop into a zone here, you're going to notice Tremaine Edmonds here, my other linebacker, he's going to fall back to this position. So you're not just going to be able to sit and pinch buck zero every single play and just run man coverage, run this blitz. I suppose you could really get crazy and like you wouldn't have to play coverage every time, and you could drop your ends, drop Dexter Sr., and really play coverage, something like this, still only rush 3 guys. But I really don't like to do that. That sounds like too many adjustments. So I'm just going to call some basic zone coverages. So here's strong safety 2 trap, a little bit of a blitz play here. But you can see the story is the same anyway here. Let's go saw blitz 1. The linebacker's going to stay in the same spot. So whenever we call pinch buck 0, he's down at the line of scrimmage. So we want to make this pinch buck 0 look exactly like those just regular zone, regular cover 3 plays, regular cover 2 plays. So what we're going to do here is we're going to just pinch the linebackers. That is going to be right on the D-pad, and then you're going to hit your left stick down to pinch them, and then we're just going to set it up the same way. We're going to crash our defensive line down, slant them down inside, and we're going to be able to drop Sweat and Dexter Sr. into zones, and then you're just going to see here we're going to be able to get a gap here. They do a very good job picking it up, and if that is happening, again, we're only sending 4. It is a little bit less consistent there with the A gap dropping both of these defenders into zones, both of those defensive linemen, but you can get it to come through sometimes. Actually, the Dallas Cowboys offensive line is doing a really nice job of passing that off, so they are picking it up here. That's absolutely fine. Again, we're going to pinch, crash our defensive line down, and then we're just going to drop Montez Sweat there into a purple zone, kind of guard those sidelines, and then we're going to free roam over the middle, you can imagine. But the idea is to get the A gap. There we kind of get lost in the sauce, but Tremaine Edmonds does come through, so we'll kind of set that up again, crashing down, pinching our linebackers, and then dropping Montez Sweat into just whatever. Here we'll drop it into a vertical hook, try to messy that up. And here you can see Tremaine Edmonds screaming up the middle. So now you're getting a different look. Well, I mean, let's just go down, buddy. But you're giving a different look based off of the same thing. So you can imagine, and I'll just pull up a base coverage here so you can kind of see what I mean real quick. So here we have just a regular cover 3 sky, and you can see what I mean where the linebackers are aligned as compared to pinch buck 0. That's with pinch buck 0, and then that is the just regular cover 3. So you can see where the linebackers are aligned, and that's kind of why we are, whenever we're in the blitz, we are pinching our linebackers to kind of make it look like the same exact thing, like we are dropping into coverage, and then secretly we are planning to send a blitz here that is going to come screaming down the A gap, and Tremaine Edmonds flying at the quarterback. So now you're saying, okay, that's with everybody going out on routes, and that is absolutely fair. So whenever the opponent starts to block up, like a tight end, or in this case we have running backs in the backfield just to make it a little bit more simplistic. So let's just block one of these running backs here. Once you start to see them doing that, obviously this blitz is not going to come in whenever you drop these 2 guys off the edge. Actually, it does right there just because Madden dumbed out sometimes. So we'll set that up again. Let's get to our pinch buck 0. Again, slanting down. And let's just drop these 2 guys into zones right there. We'll block this running back here, RB Sanders, and we'll hike the ball. And you can see they do a pretty good job picking it up. So that's to be expected. So to kind of mitigate that, we can basically just send more guys at the quarterback. So here, I'm just going to slant down my defensive line right here, just left on the D-pad, right down on the right stick, and we're just going to send everybody at the quarterback. I didn't mean to rush there myself, but that's going to give us one-on-ones. Once they do block up, it does make it a little bit tougher to get this blitz out. So this is definitely whenever you notice your opponent is going to these, just sending everybody on routes a ton of the time, or if you're catching him slide protecting to pick up the blitz, like you can see here. Let's call pinch buck 0, set it up the same way as we were before. You can see here, if we slant, we do a half slide on our offensive side of the ball, this blitz is going to be picked up here. They're going to do a good job getting 4 guys, 4 blockers over 4 defenders, and they're going to be able to basically pick that blitz up here. So we notice them doing that. Once we go to our pinch buck 0, once again, we're getting very aggressive here with this blitz. We notice they are picking up this blitz by doing a half slide or a full slide, better yet. We'll kind of just do the half slide because that's a little bit less dramatic. keep these running backs out on routes for right now. And you're going to be able to see. We're going to send all these guys. They think they have us in the half slide. They've picked up this blitz a few different times, maybe a couple different third downs on the drive. This time we're going to send 6, and they're actually going to, we're supposed to actually get right edge heat, but they are able to somehow just divvy that out and block it up. So we'll set that up one more time, get back to our blitz. Again, slanting down. Maybe I didn't slant down there, but let's get them to do a little bit of a half slide, make sure they're there. Again, they've picked it up a few times. We're going to pivot, and now we're sending 6 guys. We get that right edge heat, kind of countering that. Again, if they're kind of playing games with at the line of scrimmage, doing full slides, half slides with their linemen instead of trying to block extra guys, that is a solution, just sending more guys at the quarterback. But again, once they kind of start blocking guys up, yeah, man, they are going to be able to pick up this blitz. Here, we're going to block up just 1 running back, so they have 6 on, again, 6 defenders. We have 4 guys, Billings, Edmonds, Jarrett, and Robinson, and then the 2 guys over here, Dexter Sr. and Sweat. That is 6 blockers on 6 rushers. So, of course, yeah, man, they're going to be able to pick this up, do a pretty good job. But we are getting one-on-ones here. We really don't have any pass rush abilities or anything like that. So whenever you get those one-on-ones, that's where you're hoping those abilities light up for you. But that is pretty much all I have for this one, guys. I really like this blitz. Typically, I'm in nickel, in dime, and things like that. I feel like that's where most people are online nowadays. If you're actually trying to really, expand your game and be competitive, I feel like that's where a lot of people are. But just going back to these old school 4-down linemen, 3 linebackers on the field, just getting after the quarterback, I just really like this one. And it's a really fast blitz off the edge, just overloading either side of the formation can be really, really powerful and get you to the quarterback pretty quick. So there you have it, 4-3 odd Leo out of this Bears book. And if you like this style of video, what you just watched, go ahead and check out the rest of the channel, man. We have tons of offense, defense, everything like that. Got these coming out daily. Trying to work through gameplays, trying to think of just different video concepts, video ideas, so we can make different kinds of videos on the channel. But I think that's all I need to say here at the end of the video. I appreciate you guys sticking around, and I hope to see you in the next one. Later.